What's up, guys? Brad Chappell back with you. I got the top 3 setups for the month of December. I thought of these 3 setups from chasing aggressive open water fish to live scoping, and also just trying to get these very finicky fish to bite. So I've got 3 setups that I think is going to really help you put fish in the boat in the month of December. So make sure you turn your notifications on, subscribe, and go ahead and make some comments. Appreciate everybody. Let's get it.
In the flatland, like a man on the run, riding down.
All right, guys, my first setup for the month of December is going to be long line trolling. This technique just works fantastic for me in the month of December. It lets me cover a lot of water and really chase down these big open water areas that's holding a lot of shad and holding a lot of crappie, and it's just flat out catches fish in the month of December. The setup itself is I'm using 2 1/8 Crappie Pro jig heads tied about 3 to 4 foot apart. I'm using a B&M Pro Staff trolling poles, anywhere from 6-7 foot all the way up to 18 foot, just trying to create a big wide path in the back of the boat to pull with. 6-pound mono, a lot of different lines to choose from when it comes to that. I like using a high vis line, that way I can kind of track my turns, and actually when we catch fish we can kind of help guide them into the boat with it. So I like to use high vis line. Another thing that I'm going to show you is probably some of the best colors that I like to use in the month of December. These are just straight colored Bobby Garland strollers, and what makes this bait so fantastic in my mind is that little paddle tail in the back of the bait itself, and it just generates a lot of turbulence as it's getting pulled to the water and kind of helps those fish key in on them. This color right here is called Glacier. As you can see, it's just a real natural shad tone color. The other color is called Eclipse, and you know, think of fishing colors, and these both here just really look like shads. Darker days, I'm gonna start out with a darker color, and if it's bright and sunny, I'm gonna use more of the light natural tone color baits like the Glacier, and kind of see has a little shimmer and blue glitter inside of it. Both of them in the month of December have always performed real well for me. So definitely this is one of my top setups for the month of December. Long line trolling, go get it. All right, guys, my number 2 setup for the month of December is, like always, I believe it's going to be, is chasing down open water crappie using live scope. I'm using a 16-foot B&M Black Diamond. That's just a really good length for me. I'm real comfortable with this 16-foot. You can catch them up close with it if need be. You can catch them out further away from the boat. So I like the 16. That's what I've been using for a while now. Crappie Max, little bait casting reel, 12-pound fluorocarbon. But really the biggest thing about the number 2 setup for the month of December when it comes to this is adding scent. I always get asked, do I use scent, and do I believe in scent, and does it make a difference? And a lot of questions when it comes to fishing with scent. In the month of December, I believe it can make all the difference in the world. You'll have a lot of fish that'll kind of follow a bait up, and then they'll turn down and go away from you. I really can tell a difference in my mind, in my boat, if I add scent to it. So one of the things that's really special about the jig here I've got is you can add the scent directly in the eye hole itself. This is a crappie magnet product, and they've got variations of the styles, and they got them anywhere from a 1/32 ounce all the way up to a 3/16. So all you got to do is take open one of your crappie magnet slab bites, push it inside the hole, cover it, wipe it off, and fish with it. These will last a very long time with that scent added in the inside, and you don't have to worry about putting it on the hook and it falling off. It's centered up and right in the center, so you can keep on fishing and having scent onto your presentation. Definitely scent in the month of December is a key for me. Now I've got you guys a special deal going on with crappie magnet and eye hole jigs here for the month of December. and it's not gonna last forever. So you might want to jump on this, and it's available on the Crappie Magnet website, Trout Magnet website. But if you purchase a pack of the eye-hole jigs, put them in your cart, go to the checkout, and put in the discount code Crappie Connection 10K, and they're going to give you a free jar of the slab bites. So buy 1 pack of jigs or more, get a free can of the slab bites made by Crappie Magnet. But you got to use the code Crappie Connection 10K. What a deal, guys. This is going to be a Christmas gift almost for you fellas. Cannot go wrong in the month of December by adding scent. So definitely, if you ever thought about using scent, the month of December in my mind is the time to do it. All right, guys, my third setup for the month of December is going to be targeting the sluggish, lazy crappie that we see suspended out, or on bridge pilings, or just flat out lazy crappie. The setup's pretty simple. I'm using a B&M Bucks Gold 22 12-foot jig pole. Has a really soft tip, really good backbone, but also a really soft tip to really feel these finicky bites. I'm using just a 6 or 8 pound main line, but then I'm tying a 1/2 ounce inline sinker. Now the key to this whole setup is going to be below this sinker. Below the sinker, I'm using a 4 pound fluorocarbon line. And why I've downsized on the line size is because I'm going to extremely light jigs. I'm wanting these little jigs to have total freedom, just a really fluid motion. So if you use anything higher than 6, it kind of makes them stiff in the water, if that makes sense. So I would downsize my line to be able to use a 1/64. This 1/64 has a little small, maybe a 10 or 12 size hook to it, with a Bobby Garland 80-bit swimmer. Just a very small profile bait. These fish will hit these baits when they definitely won't hit anything else. I try to get them right in front of them and just let it sit there, and these fish will just come up and just suck them up. The bad thing about using a very light jig is a lot of times you're not going to really feel the bite. If you're not using live scope, you'll just see it kind of load up to say. You'll feel a slight resistance on the line itself. Of course, live scope, we're going to actually see the bite. So a lot of times you'll see the fish come up to the bait, and all of a sudden you'll see these little itty bits disappear on your screen. Set the hook, don't wait on the bite. But in the month of December, I have found these fish some days that just about won't do anything. They're just sitting down there asleep, relaxing, probably full of shad. But if I offer them a really small, tiny profile from a 1/48 to a 1/64, it really seems to do the trick for me. Just another good way to stay out there and catch fish in the month of December. Appreciate all you guys for watching every month, tuning in to the Today's Bite on Tuesday nights. It's been a blast. Thank you for everybody helping us out with that. Another thing I want to mention is the new Crappie Connection winter hoodies that we just got available, and they're available on crappieforever.com under our Crappie Connection section. Just a really cool hoodie that I think you look great in. Check them out, Crappie Forever, Crappie Connection gear, winter hoodies. Better get them. They're not going to last long, I can promise you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Tell all your buddies about the Crappie Connection. Join us Tuesday nights. Till next month, January 2024. Holla.
Forever here I'll rest my soul. I can